Alright, hi guys, this is just going to be a quick one, just a quick unedited video because all of a sudden, as I've said, I am super busy. So it's genuinely looking like, with the fact that I'll be, working normal 9 to 5 and that hours every weekday, and then I just happen to have stuff on like pretty much all of the next weekends in August. So like, I won't have a completely free weekend until September now after this. So yeah, all of a sudden looking very busy, which I guess is a good thing. But also, like, I've got used to having a lot of free time, so all of a sudden having none of it is going to be quite a culture shock. And so what that means is that especially the FTO tutorial that I've wanted to make, I'm not going to have an opportunity to probably record that for quite a while, I suspect, after like this weekend. So I really need to get on and do that now. All the other videos, like even the TCP video, that can wait. I can do that, later down the line whenever I happen to have time, because that shouldn't take as long. This one kind of will, and I really want to get it out soon. So I just need to crack on and do that. But I've been wanting to do that for the last like week or so. I mean, even more than a week to be honest. I've been wanting to do it since before Euros. I've just, have been dealing with like other things going on, like looking for a job, finding a job, and all of that. My driving test coming up, various things. But I'm finally getting onto it. But what I'm realizing, especially based on the last couple of days' experience, I spend way too much time on YouTube, way too much. And I say realizing like I didn't know that already. I did know that already. It's just one of those things that every now and again, it just kind of you sort of like realize how much time you just spend on this one thing, getting distracted when you should be doing other stuff. That is definitely me right now. I have spent way too long just doing completely inconsequential things, watching videos that I've watched before and I just want to watch again, just because like especially for the last like year or so, I've got sort of complacent in thinking that I've just got all the time in the world, so I never have to do anything with any urgency, which probably explains a lot of my lack of progress on certain projects like these videos. I just kind of get carried away thinking I've got so much time and I never have to do it like right this second, and then all of a sudden magically that time has just completely disappeared and now I have almost no time at all and I still haven't got anything done. But yeah, I genuinely, it's like even regardless of that, I do just spend a lot of time on YouTube anyway, like way too much. Like if you look at my, I don't know how it works out screen time in terms of like listening to music, because I use YouTube to listen to music, um, for a few reasons, just because I prefer it. Because like a lot of the time I do listen to full albums, which for some reason you can't do on Spotify without paying, which is ridiculous. It always just like shuffles random songs on for you, which is completely ridiculous because albums are literally designed to be listened to in sequence, right? That's that's the whole point of them. So yeah, it's a bit annoying that you can't do that, but you can obviously on YouTube, and there are quite a decent number of songs that I really like, that are just not available on YouTube. Whether it's because the artist when they recorded them was like really small and independent and like didn't have like a particular record contract or anything like that, or with a record label, anything like that. So yeah, that's one reason. Um, and yeah, just as a whole, I just listen to music on YouTube generally because I think probably because I spend so much time on YouTube anyway, it's just more convenient. But yeah, I use it for that, but because I always use it for background play because I'm using stuff differently. I don't know if that's how it calculates screen time, whether that is taken into account. If it is, then my screen time is going to be ridiculously high, because anytime I'm doing anything, basically, that if I don't need to like actively listen to anything, for that, like for cubing, for example, unless I'm doing blind, I'll have something on in the background, and that'll either be music or just a YouTube video, right? That I'll watch in inverted commas. It's actually just me listening to it. Obviously, a lot of the time there are videos that I need to actively watch, and those I will just do that, or at the very least, like be on my phone doing something else, but to the point where I can have the video itself playing, right? Well, like when I'm cubing, it's always just in a different tab, and I'm not actually looking at the video. Because even if I'm like sitting on my phone doing a crossword or something, I can still have the video open. So every now and again, I can glance up at the video and see if there's anything important. Um, but yeah, there's just so much. I've gone fully down the rabbit hole. I'm subscribed to like 400 channels or something, I think. I obviously have two of my own where I semi regularly upload stuff. Um, And yeah, so because I have so many different hobbies, I've accrued so many different interests over the years. There are so many different types of channels that I'm subscribed to, like long, especially long form content types. Like there's a lot of video essay channels that are not even about stuff I'm particularly interested in, just like general video games, things like that. I don't particularly play many video games, but I really enjoy listening to people talk about them for some reason. I don't know why, but there are so many things. There's Tetris, obviously there's cubing, there's Scrabble, there's the video gaming side of it, and then there are just really random channels that I've just found that are like really interesting to me, and that I watch a lot of the videos or I save them to watch later, as I've as I've mentioned a while ago actually in one of my videos. My watch later playlists are really long, and I need to get through those as well. But yeah, just in general, it's probably not a good thing the amount of time that I spend on YouTube or online certainly, but at least I'm like doing it in the background while I'm doing other stuff a lot of the time. It's just a sort of soundtrack, I guess, to a lot of my day. And to be honest, a lot of the time I don't pay masses of attention to it. It's just something to have on in the background for me to very vaguely focus on, to just kind of latch onto, I guess, to give myself something else to do while I'm trying to do one thing. Like if I'm focusing on cubing again, for example, um, I find that if it's in absolute silence, I kind of like just trying to focus on just the solve is a bit too much almost, which sounds weird to say. But if I have something else going on in the background that I can sort of give like 10% of my brain to, or just get me in like enough of a rhythm and things like that, then I just find it much easier. So really don't know why that works, but that is something. And I've discovered a great many different YouTube channels and different videos that I can have on in the background where that works for. So yeah, probably not going to stop doing that anytime soon. And like I said, I've got millions of videos in my watch later to get through. So yeah, I will continue to spend quite a significant amount of time on this accursed website. Yeah, I do. There are certainly times where I feel like what am I doing? Like why am I spending so much time doing this when I could be doing other stuff? But at the same time, I still go out on walks quite often. Um, I'll go out for like 3 hours or something and just have a playlist full of videos on that I just keep going and don't even pay any attention to, and just let them play while I'm walking. And I like doing that. It's nice. It is relaxing to a certain extent. So yeah, maybe it's not such a bad thing. I don't know. I know what I do know is that I will be doing this for quite a while, and I'm not gonna, finish what I'm doing on YouTube for a while. So yeah, I am probably too active on it, but that's just a lifestyle choice I've made, and I'm fine with it. So yeah, that's about it for me today. See you tomorrow.